Greetings, everybody. Today I'll be teaching you how to make a good solid team in Pokemon Showdown. So first of all, you need to select a tier. So we got a bunch of different tiers here. We got National Dex, OU, Ubers, UU, RU, NU, PU, LC, etc. However, for this video, I'll be making a team on National Dex, mostly because there's more options. And now, when we click on this, we can see the amount of options there are, ranging from Charizard Y, Volcarona, Scissor Mega. It really doesn't matter. But here's some things you need for your team. Number one, you need a good hazard setter. Now, a hazard setter, like Ferrothorn, is used to put hazards on the opposing team. So that way, when they switch in Pokemon, they'll actually take damage, which is pretty good. So, this is the average Ferrothorn moveset: Stealth Rock, Leech Seed to steal the target's HP, kind of like a vampire would do. You'd put Leech Seed on the opposing team, and then you'd start taking their health slowly and slowly. Leech Seed, and then you'd also have Spikes. And now I'm going to actually use Gyro Ball. Now, reason why I'm not using 4 status moves is because of Taunt. Taunt is a move which prevents you from using status moves. So if I have, let's say, Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, Spike, and Gyro Ball, and I get taunted, I could use Gyro Ball to try to chip down the opponent a little. However, if I don't have like 4 status moves, then I will be forced to struggle, which deals damage to both myself and the opponent. So for our safety, we're gonna go for Gyro Ball, and Gyro Ball is very good on Ferrothorn, as its power increases the more slower the target is, the more slower the user is to the target. So for a Gyro Ball set, you gotta make sure you'd have the minimum speed. So these are the guessed spreads. Like it's based on your moves, what spreads you'd want to go for. So I'm actually gonna go for a specially defensive Ferrothorn. Why? Because most fire attacks are special, and fire is its main weakness. So let's go for a Sassy Nature. And now natures, what they do is that they help a Pokemon stat. Now, mild increases special attack, but decreases defense. Modest special attack for attack. You see, and now we have abilities here. Now, Ferrothorn's ability is Iron Barbs. So basically, if a Pokemon makes a contact move, they'll be damaged. Anticipation, it's not good on this, guys. Don't use it. So, Iron Barbs pairs up really well with Rocky Helmet, as you know. It's just gonna take more damage. Now here you can customize whether it's male, female, shiny, not shiny, and the terrestrialization type. Now, I'm gonna go for Terra Water, so I'm resistant to fire in case I need to Terra, or Terra Steel to boost the Gyro Ball more. But I'm just gonna go Terra Steel. I wanted to boost Gyro Ball. Alright, now we need a defogger. Now a good defogger like Gliscor is very crucial. Why it's crucial is because defog actually clears hazards, terrain, clears hazards and screen from both sides. So if you have hazards on your end, you'd want to make sure that's out of the way, so you're chilling. And also the other opponent has screens, screens, light screen, and reflect. Reflect halves physical attack, light screen half special attack. So damage taken more like. So you need someone like a Pokemon that can actually get rid of screens while being very good. Gliscor recently made it to Uber's tier, which is, well, kudos to Gliscor, I guess. It's pretty good because Toxicor pairs well with Poison Heal, which is the preferred ability of Gliscor. So you need Defog to get rid of hazards, Protect, so that way you're not damaged. Now Protect, what it does is that unless the opponent goes for a move that breaks to Protect, you're safe. Alright? Basically it's a nice safe way of healing. And now Facade. Now Facade doubles if you're poisoned, burned, paralyzed, doesn't matter, but it doubles. So Toxic Orb attempts to poison me, I heal from Poison Heal, and the Facade just increases in power. And then finally a nice stab real quick to finish the job. Now there are some guest spreads which are wrong, so I'm not going for a fast physical sweeper. I'm gonna go for somewhat of a defensive one. So I'm just gonna invest a little in speed so I manage to outspeed other Gliscors. I'm actually gonna go for impish right here. So again, here I could like terrestrialize, shiny or no shiny. Actually, I don't like Gliscor shiny. So here I'm gonna Terra Water. So that way I'm resistant to ice. Now, you got two very good Pokemon. Now, the third one, you kind of need an offensive Pokemon, like a wall breaker. So there's a lot of good wall breakers right here. But a personal favorite of mine is Haxorus, which is a very good wall breaker. It's unfortunate that many Pokemon outclass this one, but you know, it's got decent moves at close combat, Earthquake, Outrage, Dragonlance, etc. So now for offensive Pokemon, you have to think carefully. So you have Dragonlance to boost your attack and speed by 1 stage. Close combat to deal a lot of damage. Earthquake to deal a lot of damage. Now you actually need some coverage moves, so you have to think about what are Haxorus' weakness. Haxorus is a pure dragon type. The dragon types are weak to fairy, ice, and other dragons. So you could go for poison jab to, you know, hit fairies hard, or you could go for iron head to hit both fairies and ice types hard. Now iron head is much more safe than iron tail, because iron tail has a good chance to miss. Whereas Iron Head doesn't miss, so you know I'd go for that. And now you'd like to do Adamant or Jolly. I prefer Jolly because you know it has to somehow outspeed other Haxoruses or you know other Dragon types. I like the shiny of Haxorus, I'll keep it. And now I actually want it to be a Steel type, so that way I resist the weaknesses of Haxorus. Or you know alternatively, replacing Earthquake or Close Combat, I'll replace Earthquake. I could actually go for Scale Shot. Now, Scale Shot increases speed but decreases defense, and with the item loaded dice, it pairs well with the item loaded dice because you know, Scale Shot is a multi-hit move, and you know, it's not a good chance it'll hit multiple times, but with loaded dice, it makes it hit 4 to 5 times. Yeah, so now, for our next Pokemon, we're gonna need a Cleric. So Clefable is a good one. Now Magic Guard or Unaware, you know, you could do either one. I prefer Magic Guard so I'm not checked down by Burn or Poison. So Aromatherapy, which cures the party status conditions. Now I could go for Moonblast here, you know, as a nice stab, you know. Now, what else I could go for is that I can go for Soft Boil to heal. Where is Soft Boil? There we go. And then, you know, I could either go for Stealth Rock, you know, to set up rocks just in case, or, you know, I could go for Seismic Toss, you know, where it deals damage according to my level. So, especially defensive is good, but you'd have to get this high as well. You know, sometimes the guess spread is right, sometimes it's wrong. You gotta be careful about that. And now we have a nice physically defensive Clefable. Now we could give this guy leftovers, no problem. And now we can decide which other Pokemon we want. Now we want a nice screen setup. So Grimmsnarl is a good screen setup because it pairs well with Prankster. Prankster is a move that, you know, not a move, but an ability, my bad. First time recording, and you know, trying to like figure out what to say. But Prankster is an ability that makes sure that all status moves have a priority. However, dark types are immune, meaning that if I use Thunder Wave, Prankster on another dark type, they will not be affected. So I could go for Light Screen and Reflect. You know, that pairs well, and I could give this guy the item Light Clear, which extends that. And then I could go for Spirit Break, you know, just in case I'm taunted, I do not want to like struggle here. And then I could go for Parting Shot, which is like pivoting. So you lower the attack and special attack. But the target's attack and special attack by one switch, but by one stage, and then switch out. Sorry, I don't know what's happening, but yeah. And now, for our final one, we kind of need an offensive Pokemon because you see, we only have one offensive Pokemon, one Hazard Setter, one Defogger Wall, one Cleric Wall, and then, a Screen Setter. So in all reality, we only have one offensive one. Now this is where the good part comes in. We can use a Mega. So we can just press dash Mega to see which Mega is available. We have a Vomit Mega, Mega Absol, Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Hydron. There's so many good Megas right here. But you get to decide which Mega you want to use. So I'm just thinking here. So we can just go for Mega Scissor because Technician is pretty good. Now what Technician does is that if the moves of this Pokemon have a base power of 60 or less, it increases in power by 1.5 times, which includes Stroke. So Bullet Punch, which is 40 base power, turns 60 instead. Now you can go for Bullet Punch, Swords Dance to increase your attack, U-turn for momentum, and knock off for, getting the item off the other opponent, of the opposing Pokemon. So now you can go for physically defensive. Now you can go for Bookies, physical sweep. And now we're actually gonna try this team. So I just want to make sure I fix the terrestrializations real quick because I do not wanna, like scrub the terras. So Megas cannot terrestrialize, so we'll leave that there. So now let's try this IT tutorial team. I'm naming it like this. So now you have a nice team. A team that consists of one offensive Pokemon, two tanky Pokemon, one tanky Cleric, one tanky Light Screen Setter, and one Mega. So we're gonna this validate, but make sure that your team is okay to use. Now we're gonna go home. We're actually gonna use this team. Oh, I misspelled it. I don't really care. Now we're gonna mute the sounds, and now we'll see. So as you can see, the opponent has some pretty good Pokemon, like Iron Valiant, Iron Moth, Tapu Koko to set up the Quark Drive ability. So what we're gonna do first is set off Ferrothorn, because he's most likely gonna set up Tapu Koko. Oh no, he sets out Cloyster. So this timer right here, it's like timer, when you can not use a move when you can't. One second, please. Sorry about that, but anyways, this Cloyster looks like to be a Shell Smash Cloyster because Skill Link is literally a loaded dice ability, and most Shell Smash Cloysters tend to carry either the White Herb or the Focus Sash. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna leech him. Yep, he Shell Smashed. He consumes the herb, so we're actually gonna leech him so that way we regain health. And then we're gonna Stealth Rock him. Icicle Spear. Oh. It's not gonna do that much. No, it wasn't a contact move, so it can't really do much here. So now he's Leech Seed, and I'm gonna go for Spikes. I mean, he already killed me with that, so it doesn't really matter. So what we could do next is we could go for Haxorus right here. Now we could either terrestrialize it to a Steel type because Haxorus is weak to ice, and then go for a nice Skill Shot. Which is exactly what we're gonna do. Now he has to decide whether to swap out into Tapu Koko or just finish me off with a singular Icicle Spear. So he doesn't swap out. He goes for Icicle Spear. Oh boy, it's not good for me. Yikes! A single priority move and that's it. And now I go for Scale Shot. 2, 3, 4. Okay. His health was leached away, so now his speed is double, so he's most likely going to be faster than me. Yep, not do it. I am not actually winning this one. So, don't worry, Mega Scissor will clutch. No, we're going to go for a nice Bullet Punch. here, and then bam, just like that. Now he sends out Iron Moth, which is pretty good as a core draft ability, but we're actually going to switch into Gliscor. He's terrestrializes into a fire. Oh, that's not good. Yikes. Now we're actually going to protect, so that way we heal slowly. There we go. We heal. And now we're actually going to switch into Grimsnar to quickly set up the screens. Now we set up light screen. I am on 2 HP, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to pot shot because I actually want to save Grimsnar for later. We're actually going to beat this guy, so he goes for Sludge Veto Shock. It doesn't really affect me. So I'm actually going to go for a knockoff on this guy because I have light screen on, so I should be alive. Okay, never mind. This man got lucky with a critical hit. Okay. Okay, so don't worry, guys. We're still fine. Yep, we're still fine. Don't worry. We're gonna be alright, boys. We're gonna be alright. Anyways, I heal. Now he can set up Tapu Koko to try to finish me off Zygarde. 10%. You know, he could send out. Okay, he sends out that Zygarde 10%. So I'm actually gonna go for Protect here, so that way I'd heal a little bit more. He goes for 1,000 arrows, but I'm protected anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And now I'm gonna go for Facade. Now I know I'm not faster than this guy. This man simply goes for Outrage. I go for Facade. Now when you're locked into Outrage, what you could do is that I could either switch into a fairy type. So he'd have no choice but to switch out. And then, you know, I could go for Seismic Toss. Or I could Protect, Heal, and then switch out, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Protect. I'm gonna wait to heal. Now he's stuck into Outrage, so I'm gonna go back into Grimstar, since Light Screen is also starting to wear off. Since Outrage is a dragon type and does nothing to fairies, he's stuck into Outrage, so I'm gonna Reflect. Okay, never mind, he has extreme speed. I forgot Zygarde's on that. I'm not doing a good job, aren't I? It's okay. But extreme speed does nothing. So we're slowly try to win this match. He goes for Iron Valiant. I go for Protect. He goes for Spirit Break. I heal a little bit. Then I go for Facade. Okay, that nearly did the job. Now I'm just gonna alternate into but 5. I'm just gonna alternate, you know, so that way I'm not really dead. I'm actually gonna switch in a Clefable, and first off I'm gonna Soft Boil. Now he could have some coverage moves, which could. Nah, he can't really do anything about that. But I'm just simply gonna Soft Boil. And now he's also weak to fairies, since fairies do not resist other fairies in the secondary Doom typing is fighting. So he's gonna have to. So he's forced to switch. And now I'm gonna Seismic Toss. So that way, you know. Strength Sap hurts. I ain't gonna lie to you, Strength Sap actually hurts. I'm gonna try to Seismic Toss, but the reason why people use this is because of Strength Sap. Otherwise, people will not use this. You know, it is very annoying that he constantly heals with Strength Sap, but you know, it's okay. Yeah. It's just decreasing my special attack slowly. I mean, we could keep this up, it really doesn't matter. But he's gonna run out of Strength Saps eventually. He thinks that this is a magic thinks that this is an unaware Clefable, but he doesn't know it's actually a magic card. He goes for another Strength Sap, he heals. Seismic Toss. I'm just gonna constantly Seismic Toss him until he's gone. Because you can't keep this Strength Sap up forever. Yeah, I'm on court to do this. I'm not really affected because he could. Now, what does Iron Valiant usually run? I am not entirely sure. I do not remember. But it doesn't matter if I'm on court. I could just do this over and over again. Yeah, he goes for Thunder Punch. But I just go with this. And now, as you can see, it's not really looking good for him. It was looking good for him in the beginning, but I'm tired of throwing, and yeah. His Thunder Punches are not getting critical hits. So you see, the only way he could kill me is that if his Thunder Punch gets a crit, but it's not looking like it. So I do a Seismic Toss here, and then one more Seismic Toss, and this guy should be finished. He goes for close combat. He nearly kills me, but he doesn't. And so, yeah, I'm here with my leftovers. And now we got Tapu Koko, who's on 4 HP. Good lord. Now, I wasn't even winning this first. Now I am. Now the electric terrain is on. I'm going to protect to heal more, because I don't know what else this guy can run. I'm going to protect. Oh, he uses Thunder Punch. Okay. So now I'm going to Earthquake, and that's how you win. So as you can clearly see, he clearly choice locked his Tapu Koko, and that's how I got the dub. Now, this team was a bit hard to use, I can't lie. I'm not really good at PvP, although I do know how to somewhat make a decent team. Yeah. So, this team overall didn't do that bad. But, it could be improved. So now, I'm going to end this video off saying that I hope that you'd be able to team build well, and probably give me some tips too, because I don't think I made that great of a team, but a decent beginner team. So anyways, catch you on the flip side.